This One News update is brought to you by ANZ, proud sponsor of the New Zealand Olympic team.
Now to John Key's latest sales pitch on state assets against a backdrop of protests.
The Prime Minister detailing to his own followers today how New Zealanders will be at the front of the queue for shares.
We have the pictures from the protest frontline shortly, but first political reporter Jessica Much at the National Party conference.
Will you please welcome our Prime Minister John Key and his wife Verona.
The Prime Minister's on a mission to sell his asset sales policy, using the National Party's annual conference to give new details on how you'll buy shares.
Our policy of partial share sales is a win-win, and I stand totally behind it.
For Mighty River Power, the minimum amount you can spend on shares is $1,000, but New Zealanders will be guaranteed up to $2,000 worth if they want it. And there will be a loyalty scheme rewarding people with bonus shares if they keep them for 3 years.
And the rationale behind that time is really just to sort of build some sort of long-term ownership out of those direct investors so that people aren't sort of seeing it as something they go and buy today and necessarily sell tomorrow.
The announcement went down well with party faithful, but not everyone shares the Prime Minister's enthusiasm.
The loyalty scheme simply is an admission of defeat by the government. If these shares were so popular and going to be retained and not sold off to foreign interests, why would you need a loyalty scheme?
The Prime Minister was keen to stress that he would make it as easy as possible for New Zealanders to buy shares, particularly first-time investors. There will be a syndicate of 500 banks and share brokers to help first-time investors, an 0800 number for information, and people can still use a broker. John Key says the shares are affordable.
Obviously not every New Zealander can, but what we are keen to do is try and make it, pitch the offer at a place where it's affordable to many New Zealanders as possible.
Mighty River Power shares are set to go on sale at the end of the year. The Prime Minister hoping that despite potential court action over Māori water rights, the sales won't be delayed. Jessica Much, One News.
This One News update is brought to you by ANZ, proud sponsor of the New Zealand Olympic team.